ABCD is a quadrilateral, right? And the next is a quadrilateral has 4 sides, 4 angles and 4 vertex. Okay, it has 4 sides, 4 angle. You can see these are the sides, right? These are the sides, right? These are the angles, right? A angle, B angle, C angle, and D angle, right? And these points are basically the vertex. Clear?
Okay.
Now, two sides of a quadrilateral having no common end are called its opposite sides. So see, over here C and D and B and A, right? They don't have anything common. They don't have any common points, right? So that's why they are opposite side. But taking BA and BC, they are not opposite. Why? Because they have a common point, which is B. Getting the point, right? So any like these those lines will be parallel who have no point. You can say same points, common point, right? So over here, let's just take BA and CD. So over here, you can see they don't have B and A, right? And C and D, they don't have anything common, right? They are totally different. But coming to BA and BC, over here, B is a point that is coming in BA as well and BC as well, right? So that's why they are not opposite. Opposite sides are basically two sides of a quadrilateral having no common endpoint are called opposite sides. Okay. Then two sides of a quadrilateral having a common endpoint are called adjacent side. Remember. So if they have a common point, what will you say them? You will say that they are the adjacent side. See, for example, you are sitting in a bench or a chair, right? Maybe a sofa. I will come and I will say, please adjust. So adjust means you are somewhere going to shift and I'm going to adjust there. Right? So that means your arm is going to touch my arm, right? Your hand is going to touch my hands, like because one side of my body part will be touched to the other person I'm sitting with. I'm adjusting with that person, right? So over here you have something common, right? So similarly, BA and BC. So they have this point B, which is common in BA as well in BC, right? So that's why you will say they are the adjacent side. Clear?
Yes.
Then two angles of a quadrilateral having common arm are called adjacent angles. So if you have, you can say common angle, right? Then what you will say common arm basically. Then you will say these are you are talking about two angles. Okay. For example, you are forming two angles. They have common arm. Then you are called they are the adjacent angle. Clear?
Yes.
Then two angles of a quadrilateral having not a common arm. If they don't have any common arm, for example, this B and D, they don't have any common arm, right? But coming to this angle and this angle, they have this BA. This angle is ABC. So AB is coming here, and this angle is BAD. So ABA is basically the common arm, right?
Okay.
So if they have common arm, you will say they are adjacent angle. If this angle and this angle, they don't have any common arm. It's like CDA, and they are ABC. So they didn't have anything common, right?
Yes.
Getting confused?
Little bit.
Okay, wait. Just a minute. Now, first, let's just understand few things. Okay.
Yes.
For example, this is your quadrilateral. Okay. So now the question is, first of all, I hope these two things are clear to you, right? Opposite sides and adjacent sides, right? Right. Now coming to adjacent angle. So over here, for example, this A, this is B, this is C, and this is D. Okay. So first of all, what is saying? Two angles of a quadrilateral having common arm. Arm is basically the side, right? Arm is basically the side, right? You can
Yes.
say na, when you have left arm and right hand, you say na left side and right side, right? So if whether you say left arm or left side, they are the same thing. Right arm or right side, they are the same thing, right? So
Oh,
two angles of a quadrilateral having common arm are called its adjacent angle. So for example, I am taking this angle A B C, this angle. Okay, so it is angle A B C. Clear?
yes.
And I am taking this angle B A D, which is B A D. So you can see AB and AB, right? This side, this arm is common
Yes.
in them, right?
Yes. Yes.
So if something is common, they become adjacent angle, right?
Okay.
Clear? And
Yes, ma'am.
similarly, let's just clear. Now let's just take one more quadrilateral. So over here I'm taking this angle A, B, C, and D, and this angle. Okay. So what are my angle? My angle is A, B, C. This A, B, C, right? And this one A, D, C. A, D, C. So can you see anything which is common? No, right? It is AB and BC. It is AD and DC, right?
Yes.
So don't feel
Yes.
like that, ma'am. It is A and C are common, right? A and C are common. No, you have to find the arm. A and C, are they forming any arm? No, right?
No,
So you
no.
have to, over here you can see AB are together, and over here BA are together. So that's why they are sharing a common point. So they are adjacent angle. But over here they are not sharing any adjacent arm, right? So they are opposite angle. So you can see this is and this is. They are obviously opposite. If you will see, you can quickly say, ma'am, yes, these are the opposite angles. Clear?
Yes. Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. So let's just erase this. Hmm. Now coming to next thing, a diagonal is a line segment obtained on joining the opposite vertex. Okay, so ma'am, what are the basically diagonal? So for example, this is your quadrilateral. So opposite vertex. This is your vertex. This is your vertex. This is your vertex. This is your vertex. Right? So when you will join the
Yes.
opposite, this one is opposite to this one. So when you will join this is a diagonal. When you will join this is again a diagonal. So what are
Okay.
diagonals? A diagonal is a line segment obtained on joining the opposite vertex. Clear?
Okay, ma'am.
Then sum of all the angle. So see over here, this is a quadrilateral. So now you have this angle, this angle, this angle, and this angle, right? So when you will add all this angle, angle A, angle B, angle C, and angle D, what will be the sum? It will be 360. And this, see, when in a triangle, you have three angles, 1, 2, 3. When you add all this, you get what is the sum? 180. 180
Yes,
degrees,
ma'am.
right? Similarly, for
Yes.
quadrilateral, it is 360, right? Clear?
Yes, ma'am. Yes. Clear,
360,
ma'am.
and this is known as angle sum property of quadrilateral. Clear?
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. Now coming to last one, types of quadrilateral and their properties. So we'll be doing this later on. First of all, you will write this down. Okay. And
Okay,
whenever
ma'am.
you are making notes, if you are facing any difficulty, you will just ask me that, ma'am, can you explain me this point again? I'll explain you again. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Ishak, any issue or anything you are not getting?
No, ma'am, I can understand.
Okay.
I'm done writing. I wrote.
Okay. Now let's just do the next thing. Am I audible to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, basically, as I told you, there are different type of quadrilaters and their properties. So you should remember the properties along with the diagonal. Like what are the quadrilaters along with what are the properties? See, for example, if it is a triangle, there's a different thing. If it is a quadrilateral, there's a different thing. And in quadrilateral itself, you have different categories. Okay. So let's
Okay.
just do that. So first of all, it is name of quadrilateral, right? And here the properties. So first quadrilateral is your parallelogram. Okay. So ma'am, what is a parallelogram? As the name suggests, it is parallel and gram, right? So a quadrilateral with each pair opposite sides parallel is known as parallelogram. Okay, so what are the properties basically? Opposite sides are equal, right? This, they are equal. Opposite angles are all equal. That means this angle will be equal to this angle, this angle will be equal to this angle, right?
Okay.
Plus the diagonals, you already know what are diagonals. So diagonal bisect each other, like they cut each other. Okay. Now here,
Okay.
word come bisect, right? So why, ma'am, you are not writing cut each other or intersect each other? Why you are not writing all this, right? So
Right.
the reason for that. Okay. So let's just see what is the reason. Bisect is basically dividing it into two equal parts, right? So bisect is what? Dividing into two equal parts.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So bisect is basically dividing it into two equal parts. Bi means two. Sect means sector. Right? So bisect means cutting it into two equal parts. Then second is rhombus. Okay. So ma'am, what is rhombus? A parallelogram with sides of equal length. Okay. So over here in a parallelogram, it was like opposite sides are equal. Right? But in a rhombus, you will see that there all the sides are basically are of equal length. Right? It's not only about the opposite side, it's about all the sides. Clear? So what
Yes.
is the like over this rhombus? All the properties of the parallelogram, like opposite sides are equal, opposite angles are equal, diagonal bisect each other. But over one thing you have to remember, diagonals are perpendicular to each other. That means, for example, this is a quadrilateral and they are bisecting. So the angle they are forming over here, it's of 90 degree. Perpendicular means this is a plane area. Over here, something is striking. You can see me? Shafiq, you can see me?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this is what. So it is coming over here, right? So that means it is perpendicular. Perpendicular is basically it's forming 90 degree. Clear? So it is a perpendicular. So over here in parallelogram, they diagonal bisect each other. That means this one will be equal to this one, right? But over here, they bisect plus the diagonals are basically perpendicular to each other, right? They are forming 90 degrees. So this angle will be for 90 degree. Clear?
Okay.
Now coming to next, which is rectangle. So ma'am, what is a rectangle? A parallelogram with a right angle. So remember one thing, they all are parallelogram, right? This is also a parallelogram, but it with a right angle. So that means over here, these angle, right? They are of 90 degree. Clear? It's of 90 degree. A angle is 90 degree, B angle is 90 degree, C angle is 90 degree, D angle is 90 degree. So they all are of 90 degree. Clear? So again,
Yes,
all
ma'am.
the properties of parallelogram plus each of the angle is right angle. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4 angles over here. So they all the 4 angles are of 90 degree. Clear? And next is
Yes.
diagonals are equal. Clear? They have equal diagonals, right? So
Okay.
the length of the diagonals is always equal, right?
Okay.
Now coming to next, which is square, which is your fourth one. So square is basically a rectangle with sides of equal length. It's a square is basically a rectangle, right? All the properties of rectangle, but over here you have equal length. Equal length in the sense all the sides of the square are always equal, right? So if it is 4 centimeter,
Yes.
it will be 4 centimeter. It will be 4 centimeter. It will be 4 centimeter. Over here, these sides are equal, parallel side. If it is 4, it will also be 4. It is 3, it will be 3, right? But in square, all the sides are equal, right? So all the
Yes,
properties
ma'am.
of parallelogram over here, rhombus and a rectangle. Clear?
Yes.
Okay. Now coming to next one, which is a fifth one, which is kite. So ma'am, what is a kite? A kite is a quadrilateral with exactly two pair of equal consecutive sides, right? So they have consecutive sides. Like consecutive is basically one after another, right? So this is a quadrilateral, exactly two pairs of equal. So over here, these two pairs will be equal. These two pairs will be equal, like this. Okay.
Okay.
Now, so you can see, for example, these two pairs are equal, right?
Okay.
And these two pairs will be equal, right? Consecutive pairs are equal. Over here, what was happening? Either opposite sides were equal or all the sides were equal, right? But they have consecutive. Like, for example, this is the first side. This is second side. This is third side. And this is fourth side. So first and second will be equal. Third and fourth will be equal, right?
Yes.
So what is the property? The diagonals are perpendicular to one another. So again, for the kite, the diagonals are perpendicular. I already mentioned, for example, if this is a kite, so the diagonals are like this, they are perpendicular. They form 90 degrees. Clear?
Okay.
And one of the diagonal bisect the other. So one diagonal bisect the other in equal other part. Right? For example, if this is your kite, right? This is diagonal 1 and this is diagonal 2. So this diagonal 2 will bisect this diagonal in two equal parts. This one and this one. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
In ABCD kite, angle AB is equals to angle D, but angle A is not equals to angle C. Very, very important concept is here. Over here, what they are saying, when you will look a closer view, you can see this is A, right? This is A, this is B, this is C, and this is D. Okay. So
Yes.
over here, angle B is equals to angle D, right? This is equals to angle D, but angle A is not equals to angle C. Why? Because over here I said the consecutive angles are equal, right? So if consecutive angles are equal, then the consecutive angles will be equal. If consecutive sides are equal, right? So consecutive angles will be equal, right? So over
Ma'am,
here,
can you explain a consecutive
yeah,
meaning?
consecutive is basically one after another. Okay, for
Okay.
example, I'm writing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? So they are consecutive. Means after 1, 2 will come. But if I'm like writing it like this, 1, 3, 6, 8, 10, they are non-consecutive. Right?
Okay.
That means they
Yes.
are not coming one after another. There is a
Yes.
gap. Right? So over
Yes.
here, this side is like after this side is coming, right? So they are equal. These two pairs are equal. And this side, after this side is coming. So these two are equal, right?
Okay.
But coming to side, angle B is equals to angle D. So angle B, this angle is equals to angle D. Okay? You can see.
Yes.
Only remember, it's only the one pair that the opposite sides will be equal, but angle A will not be equal to angle C. Remember this. This is very, very important. Okay, so this side will be equal, but not these sides will be equal. Remember, this is the property of kite. Okay, all
Okay.
the angles, all the opposite angles are not equal. Only one pair of opposite angles are equal. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now coming to the sixth one, which is your sixth one, is this trapezium. So, ma'am, what is trapezium? A quadrilateral with one pair of parallel side is called trapezium. Okay, so any quadrilateral with one pair of parallel side, it's a one pair which is parallel. That means it is trapezium. Over here, one pair of parallel side. You can say it will be like one pair will be parallel and other won't be, like this and this. They are parallel, but you can say this and this, they are not parallel, right? It is like this. Trapezium like is like this. Okay. So these lines will keep on continuing. They will never meet. But for example, if you will exceed this line, somewhere they will meet, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
that's why it has only one pair which is with one pair which is parallel, not the or not all the two pairs, right? So one pair, and the property is one pair of parallel sides are there and nothing else. Clear?
Okay.
Okay. So now these are basically the types of quadrilateral. These should be on your fingertips. If I'll ask you what is a rectangle, you should know all the properties of rectangle. What is a kite? What are the properties? You should remember all the properties. It should something which you will be revising on daily basis, right? Because it's not easy
Yes,
to
ma'am.
remember all the things in one day. It's not possible to remember all the properties in one day, right? So you can
Yes,
make
ma'am.
a target that two properties you will remember all this. Then after that you will give a revision. Like it hardly takes 2 minutes to revise all the properties, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So you can quickly write it down. Then I will start.
Okay.
Ishak, doing it? Any problem? Any issue?
Ma'am, can you explain rhombus second property?
Yes, yes, okay. See, diagonals are perpendicular to each other, right? So this means over here, for example, this is your, you can say rhombus, okay? So over here, diagonals are coming, like this diagonal is coming to this diagonal, right? So perpendicular, whenever you are getting this word perpendicular, it means 90 degree, okay? So that means this, they will be forming an angle over here, right?
Okay.
So
Yes.
this angle will be for 90 degree, right? So for example, these are the angles they came over here, one angle, over here, second angle, third angle, and fourth angle. So all these angles will be for 90 degree, right? So diagonals are perpendicular to each other. Clear?
Okay. Ma'am, can you scroll down?